Hey guys, Joanne here with Newegg TV. I'm here to do an overview on this Func KB-460 gaming keyboard with Cherry MX red switches, as well as this Func Surface 1030L gaming mousepad. This is the large version. It also comes in the XL version. First, let's take a look at the mousepad. Love the packaging. Just lift it up like so. It's a piece here, protective layer, and then there is the mousepad itself. I will go over that in just a moment, but I did want to mention how cool this inside interior is. It's got this kind of velvety, soft feel to it, which is not something I see for packaging. They've really put a lot of thought into this. Here's a look at the mousepad. It has two pieces, the base and the mousepad itself for tracking for both optical and laser mice. However, I will take it apart in just a moment, but first I wish to talk about the measurements. So with the base attached, it is 33 centimeters, it is 33 centimeters along this edge, or 13 inches, 26 centimeters along this edge, or 10 inches, and it weighs 422 grams, or 1.28 pounds, and it is 4 millimeters thick, or 0.6 inches. And the surface is also water repellent. It is made of plastic, specifically polycarbonate, and you even have a handy mouse clip on here where you can go ahead and clip your mouse cord to keep it clean and where you want it. You can also move the mouse clip onto this, oh, my bad. You can also move the mouse clip onto this side as well, depending on where you are keeping it. And here's a look at the bottom. It's got these feet all around to keep this in place so it doesn't shift all over the place when you are using it. Let me flip it back around this way. Take the two pieces apart, comes off rather easily. I'll talk about this in a moment, but first, here's a look at the base. It is kind of this more flexible rubber, whereas the mousepad itself is of a stiffer plastic, but not super stiff. So on one side, you get a smooth surface for easy, fast gliding, large movements. And on the other side, it's kind of got this more rough texture to it. It's for friction and resistance for smaller movements, whether you are gaming or just doing everyday computer tasks that might need a little more careful mouse movement. Here is everything that comes in the box for the keyboard. So over here we have a little note telling you where to download the software. We'll go ahead and just go online to download the software for the KB-460. That's what I did. And here's the manual. I like the orange and white coloring. It looks like Newegg, very awesome. There's the installation process, specific keyboards, functions, and the software, what it looks like. But I will show you on the computer what the actual software is. Now then, in this bag, you get these two clips. There are these two little these hooks that attach the Palmrest. I really love the Palmrest because it's got this soft, smooth, rubberized surface. It's nice to the touch, as well as it doesn't track fingerprints. It's on the keyboard as well, so it's a great finishing touch. So back to attaching these hooks. You just line it up like this and pop them in. It's very simple. Then you take the Palmrest and line up these grooves here and clip them in, and boom, it is done. And while we are on the back of the keyboard, you get some rubber pads here to keep this keyboard in place while you are using it, as well as feet, of course, to angle this keyboard if that is something you are into. On this side of the keyboard, which is the upper right, you get these two USB 2.0 ports where you can go ahead and plug in a mouse or a headset, USB flash drive. It could be very handy so you don't have to reach around to the computer and plug it in there. I love it when keyboards have that extra feature. Now as for the braided cable, you get about 1.8 meters or 5.9 feet of this orange and black themed cable. Also USB 2.0 connector. Now, moving on to the actual keyboard. Not sure if you can see, let me tilt it this way, but it comes with this red backplate beneath the keys, and you get Cherry MX red switches. So these are low actuation at 45, force at 45 grams. They're lightweight for rapid keystrokes, so it's great for gaming. These are linear, so it just moves straight up and down, and it's non-tactile and non-clicky, which is something that is, it's great for more quiet environments, but I do prefer the clickier blue ones myself. So let's go ahead and use this tool, keycap removal tool, to remove one of the keys. Haha, oops. There we are. So this is not included, the keycap tool. So you'll notice the red Cherry MX red switch, as well as something else, which is the LED on top of it. Every key is individually backlit. Let's just take this one, for example, so you'll see what I mean. And I will light them up for you in just a moment. You do get 4 levels of illumination. Just press the function key, and 2 or 8, well, increase for 8, decrease for 2. So 4 levels, and the 4th one is pulse mode, which is awesome. Also, with the function key, you can access the, what are these, volume control, multimedia keys, and F7 to F11 have 1 through 5 on there. These are your profile keys, so you can store up to 5 profiles on this keyboard on the 128 kilobyte of onboard memory. You can also store that on your external drive, such as a USB flash drive, and take it on the go. And next to that is the F12 key, which is the Func mode. And what this does is it disables your Windows key and also activates all of your reassigned keys. So let's say you create a macro and assign it to Q or something. You won't be able to access it unless you are in Func mode. Before I go over the illumination of the keyboard, I would like to mention that this keyboard also comes with N-key rollover, which is awesome because that means you could press any number of keys and it should register those strokes. So moving right along, you just press function and 8 here to go to level 1 of brightness, level 2, level 3, which is like bam, super bright, and then 4, which should be pulse. So let's wait for it. There it is. And then it should be bright again soon. Aha! And one thing, if Steve could help me zoom out just a bit, I would like to show you how you know if you are in Func mode or not. So when you press F12, well, I'll press it again, you'll notice the LED indicator here will be red, signifying that you are indeed in Func mode. And just turn it off. Remember, when you're not in Func mode, you won't be able to access the macros that you have created. And to switch between the different profiles, you just press function and either F7, 8, 9, or 10 or 11. Here's a look at the keyboard software. Up at the top, you have your profile 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 that you can easily toggle through just by clicking on it. Currently on profile 1, I have already created a macro, so let's go ahead and check that out. Where's Notepad? There it is. So when I press 1, it'll say, hello, I am currently in Func mode, but I'm going to kick myself out of Func mode, and 1 is just 1. Okay, so let me go ahead and close that right up. Back to the keyboard software. So if you want to create a macro or assign a different key function, you just press one of the macro keys right here, buttons, and it'll start flashing. And then you just, let's say you want to do R. And then there it is. See how M2 is now on R, and then that's when you can drag down this tab, otherwise it wouldn't let you do that. And it's very easy to create a macro. Press record and just type in whatever macro you wish, press stop, press OK, and then press apply. If you don't press apply, it won't save it, so be sure to do that. And then you go ahead and do that with the rest of them, and it is set. So each profile, you get a total of 10 macros that you can assign to, so that's 50 total with 5 different profiles. Also, you could just restore everything back to default if you don't wish to keep these macros, or you could change them individually by pressing here until it flashes, and then going to new or just macro, and then do that process all over again. Also, On this side, you'll notice that some of the keys are grayed out. That's because these keys cannot be assigned. And that makes sense because this is the Func button and these are the profile buttons and then the Windows key and then the function button. Just a few more things up here at the top right corner is the backup and restore to back up and restore the macros that you have set, as well as func.net. That will bring up this web page. That wraps up our overview on this Func KB-460 mechanical gaming keyboard and this Surface 1030L gaming mouse pad. I'm Joanne, and if you enjoyed this video, be sure to subscribe to our Newegg YouTube channel as well as our other YouTube channels. Thanks for watching Newegg TV, and we'll see you next time.